basically what I wanted to go through in this hangout was about t-shirts, as you can see. Ever since I've started doing the whole hangout thing, it's been something that I've wanted to share with you guys, because I'm a big fan of kind of gaming slash movie slash kind of unique t-shirts, kind of stuff that you don't really see every day on the street. So I wanted to tell you guys about some sources that I use to buy t-shirts, and hopefully maybe if you guys like it you can buy some of your own. Obviously before I get into this, I'm not kind of affiliated in any way with any of these companies. It's just they're just companies that I've used before and I've been pleased with, so I wanted to share them with you guys. So let's get straight into it. The first one is called designbyhumans.com, and the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now is from them. I don't really have my whole t-shirt repertoire at the moment because I went on a holiday recently and I wore most of them, so most of them are kind of in the wash at the moment. So this is the one that I've chosen to wear for this episode, even though it has no gaming or movie references to it, but we'll get to those. I'll show you pictures of the ones that I have brought that are kind of gaming related, so you guys can check them out. I kind of discovered this website maybe 5 years ago when I was looking for something to, something different to wear. I'm kind of, when it comes to t-shirts, I'm a bit weird like that. I like to have things that I haven't seen other people wearing before, something that's not, just easily findable on the high street. So while I was searching around online, I found this site, and basically what it is a whole bunch of different artists that just design t-shirts. And I think they probably, between themselves, the website administrators pick the best ones. So you can submit your own t-shirt designs to them as well. And they pick the best ones and they end up putting them in their shop and they make them available to purchase as t-shirts. Nowadays they've expanded more into sweatshirts and that kind of stuff. Let me quickly show you a sweatshirt that came through today. This is the first sweatshirt I've ever bought from them, and it's pretty cool. It's called Pixel Heroes, so it's pretty awesome. So yeah, they do sweatshirts as well, but mainly the t-shirts are really well priced, so for me it's the t-shirts that always work out the best. So obviously I have a link in my description, check it out. The best thing I think about Designed by Humans is the quality of the t-shirts. I mean, I think I made my first purchase from them maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago at least. And even the first t-shirt that I bought from there is still, even though I've worn it quite frequently, it still looks pretty good today. Obviously the colours fade a little bit over time, but I mean, provided that you look after it well, they do last a long time, and obviously they look cool because you can't really find them in too many other places. In terms of pricing, maybe this is where it gets a bit thing. Basically, for people that live in America, it might be a bit more expensive in relative terms, but for me, the main reason why I started to buy t-shirts from the US, from websites and stuff, was because the pound is quite strong against the dollar. So things that might be kind of fairly averagely or slightly expensive over there, they're cheaper for me to buy over here. And what I do is usually I wait until there's some kind of free delivery campaign going on, or there's voucher codes available, coupon codes, that kind of stuff. And when something like that happens, then I'm able to get it in at a fairly cheap price. So I think like on average t-shirts I pay like 12 UK pounds, something like that. So I think they're around $22, $25 on the website, but there are sales. I mean, I bought t-shirts from there for as low as $9 before, so there are some bargains to be found as well if you're hunting around. And most recently they had something called the grinder sale, where they have like a roulette type system where 3 random t-shirts come up from their sale collection, and there's 3 t-shirts for $20, so it's pretty cheap. So that's Designed by Humans. They have really good quality t-shirts. I'm really impressed with them. They're really nice, unique, different designs, and it's definitely well worth checking out. So that's number one, Designed by Humans. Another one is called Threadless, and this was something that a cousin of mine led me on to, because he'd seen me kind of wear a slightly funky t-shirt, and he said, you must be into this kind of thing. So he kind of sent me a link for Threadless.com, and they're pretty similar to Designed by Humans. I wouldn't put them at quite the same caliber, but they produce some really nice t-shirts as well, and you kind of find nice different stuff on there as well. I think I brought 2 t-shirts from there last time, and it's been around a year since I brought them, and they're in great shape as well. Again, nice t-shirts from them as well. So Threadless.com is another website that I would recommend you to check out the t-shirts as well. Now I know I said I was talking about gaming and movie type t-shirts. Designed by Humans is quite rare for video games. It's more kind of designs like this, kind of unique kind of designs that people are coming up with. But in terms of specific games, they can be found. So obviously you can go onto something like Designed by Humans and type in Bioshock, for example, and you'll get a t-shirt that looks like this. So this is something that I recently got from there as well. So it's a fairly cool design, I think. And this was on sale, so I got it for pretty cheap. So I was happy with that. It sounds like I have like 10 million t-shirts, but honestly I don't. Over the last 5 years I've probably bought like 8, 10 t-shirts perhaps maximum, so spread out over the amount of time, it's not like I have 40 different t-shirts on it. So yeah, that's you can find stuff like that from Threadless. I think Threadless has slightly more gaming content, so you can find it from there as well. But yeah, those two are kind of mainly more for the artistic kind of design and stuff. So you can find non-gaming related t-shirts quite frequently there as well. Okay, next one is one that's probably quite popular. I mean, I'd never heard of it up until like last year, but it's become quite popular now. It's called Qwertee.com. If you guys haven't heard of it, what that is they have like a daily kind of t-shirt thing. And I think most days they have like a contest. They have 2 different designs, and whichever one gets voted on the most becomes a t-shirt that they put on sale. So it's usually almost always kind of nerd themed in some kind of way, so either video games or movies or something like that. So I brought one t-shirt from Qwertee, and what I like about them is their prices are pretty good. I think with delivery it was like £10.50 or something like that. So considering that they charge UK prices, so it's not a kind of American site that you pay American dollars in, I thought the price was pretty good. Now the t-shirts from Qwertee, I don't think that they're the same quality as designed by humans and as Threadless. So that's the one criticism I'd have of Qwertee. I don't think the t-shirts are quite up to par, but they do have some really cool designs. And obviously they've become quite popular now as well, so it really depends. But still, I mean, the designs that I see on Qwertee, I don't really see too many people with those designs walking on the street. So Qwertee.com is another good one to check out. They almost always have something good on there. Okay, so finally, to the whole t-shirt thing, I think it's quite an underrated thing. Not a lot of people actually design their own t-shirts. And when I say design, obviously people are thinking you have to sit down, you have to create your own artworks and draw them and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, if you're talented in that way, you can do that. But I mean, what I sometimes do is find designs that I like online. Again, I don't know about the whole copyright and whatever, but I've never had a problem with this kind of thing. As long as you're just buying it for yourself and you're not trying to set up your own shop, stealing other people's designs, etc. So I find something that I like online, and obviously I take it into Photoshop and I mess around with it a little bit to get it how I want it. And then I go onto a website like Spreadshirt.com. That's one where you can make your own t-shirts. And I think there's one called Streetshirts.com, something as well. So there are a few of them. If you search for them on Google, I think those are the 2 that I've used before, and they've been pretty good. And you can go on there and you can design your own t-shirts. So that way you can pretty much get whatever you want. And I'll quickly show you one that I have designed in the past. Again, the word design is a bit crude since I haven't really designed them, but this is the t-shirt I'm talking about. It looks a bit weird, but what it is there's an artist called DJ Okawari, and on his album covers he has this really interesting artwork that's depicted here. This is like a stripped down version of it, and I really like the style of the artwork, and I said I really need this on a t-shirt. Obviously I looked around on the internet to see if there was such a thing, and there wasn't, so I managed to find a fairly high-res album cover artwork thing, and I just put it into Photoshop, messed around with it, got it on the site, and managed to get myself a design of that kind of t-shirt. So that was pretty cool, but it does take a little bit of practice. You'll have to go into your Google and do a bit of research to make sure that you're using the right tools and you have the right formats and all that kind of stuff. And you have to be careful with especially if it's just a design where it's just like a block of art and you want to take a piece of it. You have to be careful of what you're doing with the edges and that kind of stuff, because you can, it might look good on Photoshop, but when it's printed on a t-shirt, it might look kind of weird. So, I mean, it didn't turn out perfect, but I mean, it was a trial. So it's something that I definitely recommend you guys to try to design your own t-shirts if you can. Okay, so that's it for the t-shirt hangout. I thought I'd share something with you guys because it's been so much Final Fantasy X-2 lately. I look at the video manager and it's Final Fantasy X-2 all the way through, and it's going to be like that for some time because I still have a way to go. But I will make a hangout again sometime in the future, because recently on Friday I had a consular appointment, which basically means I'll be finding out if I will be able to move to Turkey or not. And as far as I know, I have all of the paperwork needed to complete that move, so hopefully that should happen. And when that does happen, then I will make another hangout to clarify what's going to happen when I'm actually planning on moving abroad and what that's going to do for the videos and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there you go, t-shirt episode. If you ever end up buying a t-shirt from one of these sites I've listed and someone gives you a compliment for it, you can remember me. Alright, take care guys, I'll see you soon.